It's you talk, baby.
You Talk family, what go on? This your boy D. I wanted to come on and tell you guys thank you to everyone, my whole entire You Talk family that's been supporting me since I started doing this back in 2020. Thank you guys so much. I love you. I appreciate you guys. And a big thank you to everyone that is signed up with your You Talk memberships. Thank you very much. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. I also wanted to say thank you and shout out to our super producer, the man himself, Mr. King Judge, KJ Production, Mr. Marquise Judge. Thank you, brother. I appreciate everything you do. I love you, brother. You already know. Also, a big thank you and shout out to our super co-host, Mr. Larry Frank Jr. You Talk family, I know y'all appreciate him, and I do as well. Shout out to Mr. Larry Frank Jr. Thank you for all that you do, brother. I love you. Let's get into it, man. Let me tell you about these 3 different memberships that we got going on at You Talk. The first membership is the You Talk Club. And with that membership, you will receive different loyalty badges for every month that you are a member of the You Talk family. The second membership is the You Talk VIP. And with that membership, you will receive 10% off any You Talk branded merchandise or apparel. And you will get different photos and videos whenever we're out and about. We'll be sending you different stuff. And the third membership is the You Talk Box. And with that membership, you will receive exclusive content when we're doing special interviews with special guests. You will have access to those interviews, and you will get 15% off any You Talk branded merchandise or apparel. So those are your 3 memberships. Pick one of the 3, and if you don't, it's still all good. It's all love over here at You Talk, but everybody that's got their memberships, I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much, like I said. So, like I said before, thank you. We love you guys. Thanks for supporting the movement. Everybody stay safe, take care. And y'all know how we start every video and every show that we do. And y'all know how we end every video and every show that we do. It ain't no us without you, baby. And I'm out. We love you guys. Take care. It's You Talk.
It's you talk, baby.
Yeah, I want to show some love, give some support to my boy Devin, founder of You Talk Nation. Continuous success, brother. And all I gotta say is, it ain't no me without you, baby.
Ain't no me without you, baby.
It ain't no me without you, baby.
Yeah, You Talk, it's the people show. Look, You Talk, let the people know. Look, yeah. This is hurricane season. Only legends come up out there, you like Chris and Teigen. Name a letter better, W, that's what we preaching. Hurricane force winds whenever we breezing. Got rings for a reason. Look, we treat a gator like the swamp people. There's some Seminoles like the block people. And for my dogs, I will drive people. Just being frank, I got they flank like a cornerback. And I ain't even much a Florida cat. But hurricanes, I know more of that than most. Cause I seen them turn our houses into boats. That's that real talk, baby. I hope you was taking notes. That's the real talk, baby. Yellow Nation, coast to coast, is that You Talk. Yeah.
It's you talk, baby.
Yeah.
It's You Talk, baby.
#1 podcast.
It's you talk, baby.
Veteran in this game, bringing pain to all these amateurs. Been winning for too long, so they had to change the parameters. Any competition, we sweeping them up like janitors. We using the air without the need for nasal cannulas. Looking to the stands, zombie
It's You Talk, baby.
Every single week, that stamina. No program in your conference is weak. It get hot in Coral Gables, we gon' run that AC. Player hate me all you want, but the people know we gon' keep it going. Off
It's
the
You Talk, baby.
This is You Talk, yeah, the people show. Coming to you live with Frank and Devin. Go on, tell them what they need to know. This is You Talk, yeah, the people show.
Rez Burner! Rez Burner, what's up?
That's my guy.
Louisiana's finest Rez Burner, man,
Yes,
on the
sir.
track, man. Shout out to Rez Burner, man. That's our brother, man. You Talk family, what go on? What go on? This your boy D. And of course, I got my guy, man, my PIC, man, my partner in crime, Mr. Larry Frank Jr. in the building as always. And y'all know how we start off every show. It ain't no us without you, baby.
Oh, yeah.
You Talk family, Kane Nation, what's going on? How you doing tonight? It's a Friday night, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to my brother, man, Mr. Larry Frank Jr. He's here, man. We've had long weeks, man. Hey, listen, Larry Frank, man. I told you I got a vacation coming up, man, that is well-deserved, and I can't wait. I can't wait, man, to get the hell on in the morning. Shout out Troy Woodard. What it do? What's going on? I'll be traveling down to St. Augustine, man, for spring break with the family, man. Need a break. Looking forward to it, man. Larry Frank, we here on a Friday night. How you doing tonight, brother? What's good? Them the English mother.
Oh, man. We blessed. We blessed. Bonus mama dearest. How you doing? We blessed, man. It's Friday night. Week's over.
Malik, what up?
Weekend is here. And hey, man.
King Kyle.
This is what we do, man. We coming at y'all on a Friday night. The first of two consecutive Friday night shows, because next week is gonna be a banger.
Kyle Stolen. Oh boy. Next week, Kyle Stolen, man. That's our brother, man. That's day one. Y'all already know what it is, man.
It's You Talk, baby.
Shout out to Kyle Stolen, man. Yes, next week, man, will be the highly anticipated show. The Face Off. The Rumble in the Jungle of Utah. We could have our very own Mr. Chris Kane going up against the man, the most hated one, Mr. Will, Still I Am. It's going to be good, y'all. So you're going to see some promos flying this week, man. We're going to be promoting that show. It will be next Friday at 8 p.m. I actually will be getting back in town on that day. So we are going to have a blast with that, man. We're looking forward to it, man. But, you know, Larry Frank, listen, man, I've been seeing a lot of stuff. You know, we ask this question around this time every year since we started this show. And that is, man, listen, every year, Larry Frank, we win the off-season, whether it's the portal and whether it's, you know, getting the top recruits, Larry Frank, but they still say we need more, Larry Frank. Me personally, Larry Frank, I don't think we do. You know, I'm a big fan of recruiting the guys that you get and develop them and bring them along as they come. And I think we got more than enough. I don't think we need anything else, Larry Frank. You know, now I will say, at the quarterback position, just like it was last year, and we don't even, at least we saw Cam Ward in the summertime and the springtime. We seeing, you know, Carson Beck there. He's not actually throwing yet like that. But we don't know if this guy's 100% healthy. So if I was to say anything, and I'm not talking about no backups, Larry Frank, because we've already seen what we had in backups. And I don't look too good now, but I ain't gonna, you know, I'm still gonna root for Emory, and hopefully he'll get better over the summer. You know, what we got behind Beck, I'm not too confident, and I'm not even sold on Beck. But I'm asking you, Larry Frank, do you think that we have enough with the second year players that we got? I had a couple of them on the thumbnail. You know, with the Ray Josephs, with the Josiah Traders. With the foundational players, we already know we're gonna get out of Ruben Baines and the Maui Noahs, you know, and the Saints, man, you know, with the transfer portal guys, man. We got all these news guys coming in, man. I think that they went out, they did a great job. I think we have enough. What are your thoughts, Larry Frank? Darryl Rayford, what up?
I'm usually the antagonist, but when we thought about this topic, I took some time to really examine both sides of the ball. And relative to this topic, right now on paper, I would say yes, we do have enough. Now, if we bring anybody else in, I would think it'll be for depth, because you got to have that depth at key positions. I think we need another tight end, but for depth, just in case, for insurance purposes. Okay. I'll start off on the offensive side of the ball. And I know I've been hard on Carson Beck. I've been extremely hard on him, more because of his off the field stuff, his off the field issues, only because I question, could he be a leader? So I'm going to push all that to the side, because right now, everything you do off the field is not going to be 100% relevant in the game, in the field of play. We're talking about gameplay only. And for people that might have a doubt about Carson Beck, as I did, I took some time to really examine this situation. And I want to do some comparisons from the last couple of good quarterbacks, particularly transfer quarterbacks that we had with Carson Beck. The first person I want to highlight is going to be De'Aaron King. We remember when King came from Houston, we didn't know much about him. We looked at his height, we looked at his size. It was a pleasant surprise once he got to UM and started doing what he did. And it translated in a COVID-shortened season to the tune of 8 victories. I do believe if we wouldn't have had the pandemic and we'd have had a regular season, we would have won 10 games with De'Aaron King coming in as a transfer. Also, you got to look at the fact that at that point, Notre Dame, if they wouldn't have opted to play in the ACC as far as compete for a conference championship, Miami would have qualified for the ACC Championship because we finished number 3 that year with De'Aaron King as a transfer. So we didn't know what De'Aaron King was bringing from Houston, but we saw the result once he got to Miami. Now, let's fast forward to last year. We kind of had an idea what Cam Ward was bringing, but there was a lot of doubt because there was a lot of fumbling issues he had at Washington State. And overall, I don't think Cam had a lot of confidence coming in because Washington State was a Pac-12 bottom feeder.
Right.
So it was a lot of hope and it was a lot of, oh man, maybe, and we wishing on a star with Cam Ward prior to that Florida game. But once that Florida game hit, it was on, at least from the offensive side with Cam Ward for the whole season. We saw what he brought to the table. So those two quarterbacks, De'Aaron King coming from mid-major Houston, Cam Ward coming from Pac-12 bottom feeder Washington State, unproven, pretty much unknown what they bring to the table. They come in, and then it's a pleasant surprise. Cam gets us 10 wins last year. King, I think, in a regular season would have got us 10 wins. So now I'm going to move on to Carson Beck. Now, this is what we do know. Carson Beck did have right at 3,500 yards passing on a Georgia team with receivers that dropped the ball. Carson Beck is 29-3 as a starter, so he has a winning pedigree. Carson Beck is coming in with the most fanfare coming from another school, because if you compare him coming from Georgia, he's coming from a winning program, a winning pedigree, as opposed to where Cam Ward came from with Washington State and De'Aaron King came from at Houston. So if the analytics that work for De'Aaron King and it worked for Cam Ward, history repeats itself, then barring injury, barring that his arm is healthy.
That's what I was about to say.
That's the key.
That's the only difference. That's the difference.
Yeah. If he's healthy and the line can protect him as good as, the line seems to be, I think Carson Beck can come in, and I think Carson Beck can repeat what Cam Ward did, and he can repeat what De'Aaron King did, and that is lead us to multiple victories. But this is the kicker. We as a fan base, and I know I'm guilty of it, I'm going to speak for myself, but I know most of everybody else in the fan base, we got spoiled with Cam Ward last year. So the expectations and the comparisons of Beck, they're going to be there to Cam Ward, and we just got to face it. We have just seen the best quarterback that UM has had probably in the last 30, 40, whatever years. And we won't see another quarterback, a generational talent like Cam Ward, maybe even in our lifetime. We don't know. But I think unfair pressure is being placed on Carson Beck because of Cam Ward, but it's already proven what Carson Beck brings to the table. Now, let's move on to the offensive coordinator. Let's move on to Shannon Dawson. We still don't know what Shannon Dawson can do, but with Carson Beck, you can have a real balanced offense. If you get that running game going, you're going to open up that pass. And I think you'll have a more balanced attack on offense. With your wide receivers, with JoJo Trader, CJ Daniels, and people got to remember, CJ Daniels was down here at LSU, but he was hurt last year. If we go off of what he did at Liberty, there's a lot of upside. Because, listen, at LSU, he had his moments, but he was gimped up by injury. So I look at it like this. And this goes back to Carson Beck as well. If you can have success in the SEC, throwing against some of these SEC defenses for Carson Beck, running against some of these SEC DBs, then it should be no problem for you transitioning to doing the same against these ACC defenses. So barring injury, and I think CJ Daniels is going to come in healthy, he's trying to get himself in position, play himself into the NFL draft. And then you got to see who's going to be at that slot. Is it going to be Ray Ray? Or are they going to roll with the freshman Malachi Tony? We don't know. All that will be determined in the fall, and in the summer and the fall and all of that. But I think offensively, barring injury, we have enough. Because if you go to the defensive side of the ball, if you had last year's defense, I'd be worried. But I think with what you have coming in defensively this year, I think with the upgrade, with the coaching staff, with the DC, I think the defense will do enough to complement the offense. Now, the offense is not going to score 47, 48 points a game and be ranked number one in the country like it was last year. But if Miami's offense with Carson Beck can stay in that mid-30s range with improved defensive players, I think we'll have enough on both sides of the ball. And I think that'll translate into 10 wins, or it could translate into 10 wins. I'm not going to make that official prediction yet. I'm just saying what I think it could do. 10 wins or better. ACC Championship Game appearance. A lot of people are going to be like, well, we've seen this before, and we have. But let's keep something in mind, D. Miami included. Look how many schools are replacing their quarterbacks. Ohio State's replacing Will Howard, won a national championship. Oregon's replacing Dylan Gabriel. Alabama's replacing Jalen Milroe. Ole Miss replacing Jackson Dart. Miami replacing Cam Ward with the quarterback that Georgia has to find a replacement for, that being Carson Beck. So at the end of the day, in my heart of hearts, it's a reset button for all of the NCAA and all of college football. And I think Miami has enough parts that I think we should be okay. And to answer King Kyle's question, if they can stay healthy, if the defense can step up and do their job, yes. Because with a good defensive effort, Miami would have made it last year. So if they can repeat 60% of what they did on offense and complement it with a good defense, yes, they will make the playoffs.
Wow. Well, I will say I got to see. And I say that because, again, you're replacing a lot on offense. And I'm big on continuity. And I just want to see how everything is going to gel, how he's going to come in, how he's going to mesh with the younger guys. The only experience you got in that wide receiver room is CJ Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to see how, like you said, who's going to be in that slot position? Will it be Ray Ray or will it be Malachi Tony? I think either one is capable of doing the job. But I tell you one thing, my new favorite player on Miami now, since I heard his interview, Ray Joseph. I just love the fact that this dude say that he's not leaving Miami. He's going to stay. He's going to compete. It never crossed his mind. He's not running from competition. And I root for guys like that. I know I was hard on him as far as like with the kick returns and the punt returns, but I hope that he get it right this year because I want to really see him do well. I mean, when I hear guys talk like that and say that they ain't running from the competition and they want to compete and they are a cane, they're going to stay here, they're not going anywhere, I root for them guys 100%.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's like But I just have to see I know everything I need to know after the first game, bro. I just want to see them in action against Notre Dame. I want to see how everything come together before I can go any further with just saying that I gotta see.
Really, the first month of the season, truthfully, because I got to see more than just Notre Dame, because the first game last year with Florida, we thought we had it because that defense had us fooled 41-17 after that Florida beat down in the swamp. You couldn't tell us nothing.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. What you can say is, though, Damian Lewis and those defensive back coaches are going to make a difference. Even, I think, the defensive coordinator, the new DC, going to make a difference. Like I said,
yeah,
you're right. It's going to take definitely more than that game. But I guess what I'm saying, like, as far as just will it gel? You know, can we see the quarterback and can we see the receivers on the same page? Hell, the defense, too. I just want to see what it looked like because it's a lot of new parts that are being put together. And I just want to see how it works together before I can go any further. I got to see a game. I don't need to see a scrimmage. I need to see an actual game. So that's kind of where I'm at with it, bro. I think I was talking to Chris Kane. I don't know if you had a chance to see the interview, man. Josh Pate, he did an interview as far as on Mario Cristobal. Did you see that?
I did see it because Chris, he shouted it out to me. He asked me what I thought about it.
Hold the line, caller. And I told him, turn your TV down, caller. Turn your TV down, caller. And I got you. I was telling Chris Kane that I agree with pretty much 80% of what he said. You know, the only thing that I didn't agree with, man, was, you know, Mario has elevated programs where he's went to. I agree with that. He is a damn good recruiter. He's a great recruiter in my eyes, but he just ain't winning the big games. It has to equate to wins. And I'm talking about. Go ahead, Frank. You finna say something?
Well, yeah. Not to take your thunder, but I don't think it's so much about him not winning the big games as it is about him losing games that he shouldn't.
Well, I think
he loses. He has a tendency to lose games that he shouldn't lose over winning the big games because we can cite all we want, and we've heard it millions of times what he did at Oregon with Ohio State. But what's up, Antonio Abner? But when you come in and listen, I hate to bring up what happened last year, but it is what it is. When you're 9-0 and you drop that game to Georgia Tech, you shouldn't have dropped it. It was a one-dimensional offense. Me, you, Magic, everybody at your crib watching this go down like this. You come back, you win the next game, and then you spotted a 21-0 lead, and I know what they're gonna say. Defensive coordinator, I get it, but you knew your playoff lives and your ACC championship lives were on the line in that last game against Syracuse. And especially being up 21-0. So I get it. I get what you're saying.
But that was
a
big game. You know what I'm saying? True. You win that game, you get to the playoffs. You lose the year before to Georgia Tech. That's a big game the way you lost the year before. And then you come back and lose to that team again, knowing that you got to beat this team in the way that you lost the year before that. That's all I'm saying.
So before we toss it to the caller, what I would say to that, to your point just now, is that not only am I looking to see how the defense looks in year 4 under Mario, but I'm also looking to see how Mario's coaching looks in year 4 at Miami, because he's got a lot of other years behind him with the Oregon tenure and the FIU tenure. Year 4 is the year that the clock management, there should be no questions about clock management. There should be no misuse of timeouts. There should be no in-game boo-boos or nothing. This is the year that everything should be on the table and you know what you got.
And before I toss it to Mr. Magic, I want to read Mr. Coleman's comment. Mario wins the big game. Mario wins the big games and loses to the underdogs. Disappointed, but still think he can make a run in the next 3 years. So my question would be to Mr. Coleman is, what are your expectations for this year? Because it seems like that you still would give him 3 years after the fact that he's had a generational quarterback last year, a good team that should have went to the playoffs. You went out and spent $4 million on another good quarterback, supposedly. So, what are your expectations for this year out of Mario? We got Mr. Magic in the building, man. Shout out to Mr. Magic. He's here, man. Shout out to Mr. Magic. You know Mr. Magic?
Well, y'all done disappeared? What happened?
No, we ain't there.
No. You done disappeared. I ain't seen you on, man. I ain't seen you. What's happening? You done disappeared, Mr. Magic. I ain't seen you on Real Talk.
How y'all doing tonight?
We're good. How you doing, brother? What's good?
I'm all right. I'm still waiting on the goddamn call, but you know, I ain't get it yet, but it's all good.
Wait a minute.
I'm at the phone, bro.
Ask Magic if he can hear me. I don't think Magic can hear me. Ask him if he can hear me.
Mr. Magic, can you hear Larry Frank?
No, I can't. That's why I was saying I can't even hear that boy.
Yeah, something.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm still listening.
Go ahead, Mr. Magic. I'm gonna bring him in.
Oh, okay.
So, what's your thoughts?
Okay, yeah. So my thing is this, bro. Truth be told, after Florida game, and we went to the little hot pocket games we had last year. Mario should have changed and changed defensive coordinators and let my boy from the Dolphins go ahead and JT be the defensive coordinator last year. I think we would have came out better. But it was something that Larry Frank alluded to earlier. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about a lot of colleges have rookie quarterbacks. And I had to sit back and think and say, dang, they lost about 10, 12 quarterbacks that started last year or better. So this whole season is really up for grabs because nobody knows nothing. At the end of the day, Larry Frank and D, honestly, we ain't got nothing. Because we don't know. It's still a part of the unknown. I wish that we can be that team that come together and play hard and play as a unit and play fast and little mistakes. But we don't know because it takes time to gel. Not only that, it's like on offense, we got a whole new quarterback that's not even practicing with us. He in there, but they don't know normally like how wide receivers and quarterbacks go, and they want to know where the placement of the ball, how he like his routes ran. And this, in the case of emergency, this what I would prefer you to do as opposed to going curl it to the outside, curl to the inside, whatever it is. This is the time we work out. This is what we had last year, and we got spoiled with it. We got spoiled to the fact that Cam came in and handled this as if it was a NFL team. Until we got into some games that we couldn't get ourselves out of on defense because they all fell apart. But I say this to say this. Listen, let me ask y'all a couple of questions. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think Mario slept on Bobby Washington and Chase Smith? Because I'm gonna tell you how I feel real quick. I think them are two of the fastest, hard-hitting linebackers we got. And for some reason, they can't do no more than special teams. Now, Chase played a little bit last year. I seen that mother come off the end. He's 6'3". He could do that as a stand-up rush linebacker. I seen him in coverage. I know he was hurt the first 2 years, but bruh, we got to get him on the field. He made some good plays last year. And then Bobby, if Bobby came in 6'3" and he was underweight as a linebacker, why was Bobby wasn't playing safety? But we had the guy from Alabama that coached the linebackers when Mario first got here. Then we got black guy last year, and now we got the defensive coordinator this year. Them boys, the fastest, like they faster than West.
I got something for him.
Bobby was running a 4.3 coming out of high school. I don't understand. And then what y'all think about that?
But Chase, I don't think Chase is as fast from sideline to sideline as Bassane or Robbie Washington. I think that he's a hard hitter. But like I said, I think injury, when he hurt that knee, that don't look like the Chase that I remember when he was a freshman. And Bobby Washington, I can't answer that because I don't know why he can't get on the field because we hear all of the good things about him. But
yeah,
I agree with you, Larry Frank. I'm gonna let you answer and give your opinion.
Yeah.
As well.
Can he hear me? See if he can hear me because
he should be able to hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay,
yeah.
I hear you, old lad.
All right. Mr. Magic, I'll say this. I think they may recognize what you're talking about because I think not so much as that was Mario as it was Guidry. Because you got to remember, you had Guidry the last 2 years, and as we saw last year, Guidry ain't know what the hell he was doing. So the one thing I'll say about Heatherman coming in, we still don't know much about him, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's coming from a Power 5 program in the Big Ten at Minnesota, whereas Guidry came from a group of 5. Heatherman is coming in as a fairly new defensive coordinator, whereas Guidry's been in the game for 30-some-odd years. So I'm thinking, as we saw, Guidry didn't know what he was doing on defense. He didn't know how to evaluate, who needs to be where. He didn't know how to change this up. So I'm thinking that the lack of seeing Washington and Chase is more so because Guidry just didn't know what he had. I think if Heatherman, who seems to know defense, at least his interviews, he talks like he knows defense. And if it's anything like what we saw at Minnesota, the defense should be better. I think he's a good evaluator of position and players being in the right position.
Now, not to cut you off, but because Porsche Kane, he said that Bobby has a torn ACL. Did he just do that? Porsche Kane and
yeah. When did this happen?
Oh hell no.
Yeah, when did this happen? And Mr. Colbin had a question for you as well. Larry, do you think it's fair to compare this team to last year? Complete different rosters. Chase Smith has a torn ACL and plantar fascia. Bobby can't play man coverage. Okay. I'm not in practice. I just know what we go off of and what we hear.
I'll say this. I'll say this to Mr. Coleman. Not so much that it's a comparison.
What era came?
What's that?
What's that?
Go ahead, bro.
So to get
I was just saying, I just know what I see because I remember when he was a pop off the chart player for coach. And I was looking at his tape and I was saying, damn, why we can't get this brother on the field? I know he had got hurt and I thought he was all the way back. But I didn't know about Bobby. I knew I heard he was hurt, but I didn't know he had an ACL. Yeah. But that rolls me right into my next question, bro. Mm-hmm. Is Rodriguez starting because of the simple fact he earned it or he from Columbus? Because from what I understand, we got 2 gurus at offensive line, and you mean tell me we couldn't get Pancake or none of them to fill in at left guard?
Well,
that's just how my mind works. I'm just trying to figure out something.
I'll get it. I got you, Mr. Magic. I would say this as far as Pancake, because I wondered the same thing. I'm just thinking it's just something with Pancake. He's just not developing into all of the hype that came in with him when he got recruited to Miami. Because if he was, he should have got more burn last year. So that's what I think.
And he's a 5-star. He was a 5-star, highly talented coming out of high school, bro. And he don't seem like he can crack the field. He can't get on the field for whatever reason.
Right.
And I don't understand. I don't understand, bro. And this here I'm gonna say, bro. Did y'all see the tape on the 6'5", 300-pound tight end?
Hold on, Mr. Magic. Porch say Chase Smith is running with the one. So
with the one.
So Porch, who is it? Is it Wesley and
Chase? That's what I'm fucking talking about.
That's
what I'm fucking talking about.
Wesley and Chase, Porch Kane, talk to us. Who are the 2 that's running with the first team? And I mean, it's practice still, but
Yeah.
Hey, he with the at least he's backing up with the ones.
And you got to remember,
that's what I was hoping that this DC did was look at him and Bobby. That's what I was hoping for.
And hopefully he's gotten some of his speed back. Like I said, I'm with Ian when he said about KJ Clord and Alderman. I just think they run side to side a little bit, sideline to sideline better than Chase. But Chase is definitely a hard hitter, though. Definitely.
Keep this in mind. Last year you had Nicholson over the linebackers with Guidry running the defense. This year, Heatherman, your defensive coordinator, is the linebacker coach. So if he knows the linebacking situation in the DC, he knows how he's going to run his defense and his scheme. He's going to know who fits it best, linebacker wise. So you'll see.
See, I kind of heard.
King Kyle just said a mouthful too, y'all. King Kyle just said a mouthful. Don't understand what. Maybe Pancake just ain't that good. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, James, you got him. You got McCoy. You got the other big 6'8" brothers that's been there 3 years. You couldn't make them a guard.
McCoy probably gonna be a starter.
Yeah, McCoy.
You see, Rodriguez starting at left guard.
He got hurt last year too. So is he back? Because he got hurt toward the.
Yeah, he back.
Okay.
Yeah, but that tight end I was talking about, 6'5", 300 pounds. Did y'all see the tape, bro?
I didn't.
Big boy, that's who we recruit as a tight end. 300 pounds. The boy was getting it. I ain't never seen nothing like it. The boy was hitting down the sideline after he caught a pass, running people over and keep moving. I was like, dang, he can't be a defensive lineman or offensive lineman. They want him at tight end. And then I'm gonna just say this, bro, and I'm a bounce. Y'all ain't shit. And
man, they've been on my show. Man, they've been on my show in a whole month. We ain't shit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey,
tell him again,
quarterback
man.
Ain't coming. Our quarterback ain't coming until 2026. Goddamn it! I said it. Now, what do you want to say?
I say, how we ain't shit? You ain't been on Real Talk since the first show. We about to do episode 6.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, I'm still getting acclimated, Negro.
I sent you a text.
I'm still getting acclimated, man.
You said we don't text you. I sent you a text. I didn't even get a response.
You sent me a text today or yesterday?
I sent you a text.
I called that other bald head dude that's sitting next to you. Is he talking about, yeah, we on, but I'm going to call you right after this for sure. I ain't heard from that Negro until now.
Hey, I can't speak for him now. I can't speak for him. I can tell him
what happened,
man. Together.
I can tell him what happened.
Y'all right man hang together.
I call and cuss him out later. Don't worry about it, man, Frank.
No, because when you call, I'm gonna just hand the phone to your sister because she got some few words for y'all right now.
Hey, look.
My sister love me. My sister
love
me, man.
I got it. Listen.
My sister love me. I ain't worried about
Magic. Hold up, Magic. I'm looking at the text right now. Monday, March 24th, 6:56 p.m. I text you the link.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. No, I'm finna look at that because I graduated. I graduated to a new phone, nigga. I got 5G right now. So don't be fucking with me. I'm just saying, you're gonna be having everything, my Instagram, everything. I don't want to hear no excuses from you two bald head motherfuckers. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Right. We
understand.
Yes, sir.
Y'all live right now has been getting away with a lot of shit. You got these folks on here believing I be watching soap operas and all kind of shit.
You do be watching Y'all Get Arrested. You do be watching Y'all Get Arrested. I ain't never Y'all Get Arrested, man.
Get off this shit. I love y'all boys, man. But I just pray that it can come together for us because I think this would be the closest that we would play to a real Hurricane defense in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that much. If it's being laid down like I'm hearing it's being laid down and they could actually come together, bro, I just hope the quarterback that we gave, what they said, 10, 11 million, 4 million, 72 million, whatever.
4 million.
I hope that motherfucker is worth it. I hope he worth it. And yeah, it's an open season. Anybody can get 10 wins now because you got a lot of new quarterbacks all around the country.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what our leadership is like on the University of Miami and see what these coaches can do.
Yep.
Y'all boys have a blessing.
Be blessed,
and,
bro.
You too.
I still say y'all ain't shit.
We know that. But
Hey,
you still
don't
rock
get on
with
I don't
us.
even like y'all.
You know I'm at the pub, bro. You know I'm at the pub, bro.
Yeah, get my shit.
You know I'm at the pub, bro.
I'll let y'all, man.
Hey, tell my sister I'll be calling her immediately after the show.
Oh, believe me, she waiting, Negro.
Yeah,
Hey.
tell my sister I'll be calling immediately.
And listen, preview for Monday's show. Why strong women push good men away. Now, y'all know you want to hear that conversation. Be in the house.
Bruh, let me tell you something. I'm going to just give you my shit. All right, my dog said, no, don't say nothing. I'll wait. Yeah, I got to see it. Hey, yo,
Cujo about to tear your ass up.
Thank you. I said, chill out, bro. I'll talk to y'all later.
Cujo mad at hell. All right, Cujo.
All right. I got
Utah,
I got a feeling we might not see Magic on Monday night because Cujo about to tear that ass up because I heard that ground out.
He need to. He talking all that shit about Utah, man. Cujo on it. Cujo on his ass. Yeah, man. But real talk though. What the push can't say? Chase last year played with a knee brace. He is not wearing one now. Oh, yeah. And that could have limited some of his mobility as well, man, Porch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, I hope he can get his speed back. I was just going off of what Mr. Coleman was saying. Like I say, it just looked like he lost a lot of his burst, man, when he was hurt. And I knew he was hurt, but I'm just glad to see the guy back out there healthy, man, and able to play again, man, because, one of our day ones, Derek Offer, that is his godson. Mm-hmm. So, we rooting for you, Chase, man. I want you to come back and be healthy, man, and I think Chase is a senior, too, this year, right? I think this is Chase last year. He's one of the older guys.
This is
it. Man. So, want to see him have a great year, man. But, everything Mr. Magic said, man, definitely hoping that, with the additions, with the coaching staff, with the transfer players that have come in, hopefully, like we say, this defense can't get any worse than what it was last year. So, I mean, definitely expected to see growth, in the secondary. That's what I'm going to be watching. I don't care about nothing. I just want to see all of these cornerbacks that they brought in. And hopefully, man, they can assure up the passing, the pass defense, man, because
I'll say this.
We couldn't stop nobody.
As far as the secondary, and I mean, look, I'm not drinking Kool-Aid on them, but I feel real good about the secondary right now before they even play a game. I'm going to tell you why. I alluded to it on the last show, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth about it. I think we got more fundamentally sound players at the position. I think we got players with a higher IQ.
Hold the line, caller.
And I think we got better coaching. When you look at Will Harris with the safeties, when you look at Zach Etheridge, who has coached 4 guys to the NFL, that's telling me that's a developer at that position as a position coach. And when you look at what Xavier Lucas, all the upside he got, it's a reason why Wisconsin ain't won't let him go. It's a reason. And I forgot who it was, but it was a couple of weeks ago. It was one of the DBs. They had an interview. They asked him who's standing out of all the transfers with the DBs. And they were shouting out Brantley. Help me out, Chad. I can't remember who it was that gave that interview, but they said Brantley was really becoming a leader with the DBs as far as all of the guys that transferred in at the position. So you get those guys, and then you get Poyser coming in there. He had a lot of upside, even though he came from, Jayville State. Sometimes you just need an opportunity to shine on the big stage. So I'm not worried at all. I'm feeling good about the DB. I think Lakers All Day was asking about that earlier. So
I got to see.
Yeah.
I got to see. I like what they brought in. I like all of the defensive backs. They brought in a lot of them, so I just want to put the best guys on the field. And like I say, whether you can, some of those guys you got to cross train to play safety. If they're the better guys, put them in there, man. Who we got on the line, man? You with Utah, man. State your name and where you calling from.
Porch Kane.
Porch Kane. Porch Kane, what the hell going on, man? Welcome to Utah, Porch Kane. What's in the building?
What I've been hearing, Chase Smith, like I said, practicing with the ones. He looking good. But they say his mobility and that knee look real good. They say Zachariah Porter gonna be that dude, that safety. We gotta find out who will be our other safety. They say Malik, the other safety. The other safety, he looked good, but he too light in the butt, man.
To my Markeith Williams.
Yeah, he's light in the butt. But he said that he extra cover safety, but that boy been up for like 4 years. He needed some peanut butter or something. You know what I'm saying? But
they gotta thicken him up, huh?
I don't know what they gonna do. But they say overall the defensive backfield is gonna be a plus for us. So we just gotta figure out who our other safety gonna be. And they said the defense looked good the other day in practice. Mario talking about the defense looked the best the other day since he been there.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's coach talk or how it go, but they say he's looking good. Ruben Daniels had a hell of a fine day the other day. He looking real good. He's a little lighter. He done lost about 10, 15 pounds. So
let me ask you. So everything that you seeing or hearing that we have, do you think that we have enough, or do you still feel like that there are positions of need that we need to maybe go out and get some other things? Because I feel like that, I think we solid with what we got. But what are your thoughts? Larry Frank say, I think a tight end, you said, Frank? Possibly?
Yeah, I like to see another tight end because I think one of the reserves tore his ACL, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah, one of the younger tight ends, he tore his knee up. But that tight end from Tulane looked real good. He did too. And
about
6'8". He can run.
He about 6'8", something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he looking fluid. He big too. I mean, the other day he had a good rep against Ruben Dane, and Ruben Dane couldn't do that with him really. So I mean, he's physical and he can catch. So I'm thinking tight end, we might have to get another tight end just for depth purposes, in case you always gonna need somebody to get a long season. And also, I think we need another tight end for sure. And they talking about another receiver, but my thing is, them young boys, how they gonna grow and learn if they're not out there? So, for me, you might need another season wide receiver, but I want to bring him in there to play with my young boys, because they say them boys ain't dropping nothing.
Nothing.
They say Upshaw look good.
Yep,
JoJo look good. They say them boys ain't dropping nothing. And that wide receiver that came from transferred from LSU, they say every day he have a meeting with the wide receivers at 6:00 in the morning, and then after they have their little meeting with them, he take them all, and all of them go on the jug machine. So he's a leader. He leading the pack.
Yep. CJ Daniels.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, no, we listening. Yeah, we got you. We listening.
We taking it in.
Yeah, so to me, you gotta play him. To me, the only way you're gonna develop is you play. You can't just keep bringing somebody sitting on top of these boys. It's time to let them boys go.
Yeah,
that's right.
You bring your kids in and you recruiting over them, like you say, man. They got to play at some point, you know.
Yeah. They say Beck been having meetings with him and telling him certain things that he likes for the wide receivers to do. So he's talking to him, even though he's not throwing to him. He's talking to him. So he be telling what he see in practice. So, but like I say, man, I want to bring another wide receiver in to be a starter. If I bring somebody in, it'll be an upperclassman that can help them grow. I won't be looking to put nobody on top of them because right now JoJo and CJ Daniels on the outside, and I'll split reps with Ray and that young kid because Ray this is for a year. Yeah, he done sat behind Rich Shuffle for 3 years.
It's time,
you know. So he got to play, and then you just let the young kid that's coming in out that's pushing him like hell. You let him come in there and get the playing time too, and just let the ball fall where they go be.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about that?
Yeah, no,
I agree. I agree
100%. I got a question for you. Is there a player that you can probably say that has been in Miami that you feel like is going to be their breakout year? Somebody that's been there probably the last 2 years or so, and it's, you know, you kind of want to see it's their time. That like we need to see some out here this year, because that player would be for me Wesley Bassett.
That's my God, you know, dog. As you took mine too.
Yeah,
you say Frank?
I said you that was mine because when you threw it to me, that's who I was going to get. You took my player, but I'm with you. We thinking the same. Yeah.
And I love him, bro. I love him. I just want to. I'm ready to see it.
I agree with y'all. It's time for Wesley. They say he's stepping up and he's being more vocal because you know he's a quiet kid anyway. But they say he stepping up and trying to be more vocal. I think he was confused on the system, and then every year he's getting a new coach, and they teach her different things, different techniques, and it's like you overwhelm these kids by just putting too much on them. Sometimes you got to simplify stuff, and then to make the game be more faster for them. So Wesley plays way slower, and then his mobility. Wesley's faster than that.
That's a good point.
Game, he wasn't translating because you got Kiko running with wide receivers, tight ends, and running back. You got Wesley staying in the flat. I mean, what the hell going on?
Gidry.
That's a good point. But like you say, yeah, he definitely looked like he ain't as fast sometimes. Like you say, I think they overcomplicate things. Like I think this defensive coordinator will simplify it to where, man, they can go after the quarterback, man, and we'll see a different group, man. You know, in all phases of the defense, man, from the D line to the linebackers to the secondary. You know, if they can just play free and they keep it simple.
That's what Mesidor said the other day in his interview. He said the way the defense is, it's like his mama cooking him French toast every morning. He said he loves it. That's
Who said that?
Said the other day. Akeem Mesidor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he said it's like his mama cooking him French toast every day. He loves it.
He's another one, too. I think that you will see him get back to consistent like he was when he transferred in, because I think he'll be a full-time, maybe be able to play on the outside versus putting him in the inside. You know, I think that he'll be a full-time defensive end this year. So I think we'll see him get back to his real form, and he struggled with a little bit of injuries last year as well.
Yeah, because that foot. Yeah, I mean, he had to wear a special cleat because that foot was messed up. Mm-hmm. So he couldn't practice until his cleat came, and then he was overweight last year. I think he done lost like 15, 16 pounds. He looked way smaller than what he was last year because they put all that weight on him because they want him to play inside and outside.
Inside, yep, exactly, yep.
So he not shrunk down because he know this year he's strictly a defensive end. And they said that young boy, defensive tackle, looked real good. That 5-star that came out of Chicago.
You talking about Justin Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say he a man child.
I saw that too. I saw that in the
He
beginning.
big. He definitely he big, bro.
Yeah, because they put the weight on him because, you know, he came in, he was playing basketball and football, you know, so now he just strictly football. So now his body is being able to take that weight they put on him. They say he looking real good in fact.
Definitely. Sean Darty said, "What's up, Sean? What's going on?" Sean said, "It's definitely time for our young wide receivers to shine." 100. Hey, Sean, out of those receivers, man, who you want to see? Who you think gonna be the guy, man? Because I just said earlier, man, me and Ray Joseph, man, that's who me and Larry Frank, we rooting for Ray, man.
Yeah, we need Ray.
Who your guy is, man? Who you want to see, Sean? We rooting for Ray, man. Jay Dirty, what's up? Oh yeah, I forgot about Hayden Lowe.
Hayden Lowe.
That's a good one too, man. Yeah.
They say Ray even look faster. They say he's faster than what he was last year.
I'm rooting for Ray, man.
I think that he done got comfortable with that weight that they put on him. I think he said he like 180, 185. And they say he's moving, like he getting his mobility back.
Here's
what about the? Go ahead, Frank.
Real quick point about Ray. This is what I think you're going to get from Ray. Ray, all them years he sat, he watched X. He knows it's his time, and you know what? He knows he's got some big shoes to fill at that slot receiver position. So he's been hearing the scrutiny that he's been getting in the special teams and the punt and kick return game. So he knows that it's his time. His interviews, watching Ray's interviews, tells me that he just has this renewed approach to this team. And I really feel like whereas Restrepo was able to catch the ball and make things happen, Ray got that speed. I'm not saying he will be like Restrepo because there is no other Xavier Restrepo. But he may have that Restrepo DNA where he can make some magical plays, but then he can turn it on with the speed and turn them jets on.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
That's the difference between him and Restrepo. They said he caught a little slant the other day, and they said 85 yards down the field, he went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Jay Dirty. I'm right there with you, Jay Dirty 954. After hearing Ray press conference, you got to root for him.
Yeah.
You just love kids like that. Miami kid, man, you know, and want to be there. You know, I ain't running from the competition. Say he's not going nowhere. He wanted to be a Kane from day one. And, man, you got to root for Ray, man.
And think about this. Who you think about this. For him to talk like that in that press conference, who do you think – I mean, he was behind the guy, so who do you think impressed upon him and made him realize that even more? That's how X was.
I
see you, Sean. I think by him sitting up under Restrepo was a blessing in disguise.
Yep.
They taught him how to work.
Say it. Yep. Say it.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so now his work ethic with his skills and his knowledge of the game should be, I think that's really going to help him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he's going to have a breakout year, be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with Sean. I say JoJo and Ray, man. I'm gonna run with Mr. Dardis, man. I'm gonna say JoJo and Ray, man. Like definitely, man. Like I just want to see them young bulls do their thing this year, both of them.
Yeah.
And to be honest with y'all, they said JoJo looked like the number one receiver.
Cause they say JoJo, his route running, they say it's next level, dude. His route running, they say is special.
He's been getting comparisons to Jeremiah Smith.
Like Jeremiah Smith was a bigger physical wide receiver, but JoJo athleticism is way better than Jeremiah Smith.
You know,
JoJo had a pass where he turned all the way around and caught the ball with one hand.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that, man, PC, because me and Larry Frank was talking about it. Me and Larry Frank always said we felt like we got the better receiver. I like Jeremiah, bro, but we talked about this, Frank. As far as him being athletic, he was the more athletic one out of the two. Yeah. We said this a long time ago.
We won that. Jeremiah might be the more decorated one right now because he just got that national championship and he's perceived to be the best receiver in America at Ohio State coming back next year. But honestly, when you look at the intangibles, spot for spot, it's JoJo. We know it. The rest of the country is about to find out about it.
Well, Ian, who in the slot, Ian? Who in the slot, Ian? Sorry about that, PC. Ian said, I think JoJo takes Ray spot and we bring in someone to play opposite of the Liberty LSU kid. Who in the slot then? Is it JoJo or is it Malachi? Talk to us. Go ahead, PC.
I heard that kind of rumor, but I think you'll ruin JoJo by putting him in the slot.
Exactly.
To me,
you
let him play the same position that that boy we had last year, number 3, who used to be doing all that knucklehead stuff.
Jacoby George.
He said that knucklehead stuff.
I thought he was going to say that knucklehead
shit. and you let him play that position. To me, he's more athletic than George, and he's faster than George. The things that George did last year, JoJo will do the same thing, take it to another notch.
Ian, you say more on the outside. You think Joshua ready to come in right away like that, man? Ian?
No.
Ian said, I want JoJo on the outside too, but I like more. But I don't know, Ian.
Not
you
yet.
think he ready to be on the outside like that, man?
No.
As a freshman? I know he's doing wonderful things in practice, but I'm like, oh no, Mr. Coleman.
No. Respect.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I'll let that big kid sit there and play behind games this year, and that boy will be ready next year. He's a specimen. He's a specimen. He do got a point, but
I told
let him get some salt and pepper. Let him get some salt and pepper behind Daniel, because Daniel's gonna be gone next year. Let him get some little seasoning behind Daniel, and next year that boy gonna be the truth.
How big is he? How big is the kid, the Moore kid? Ain't he? What is about 6? What is he? 6'4", 6'5"?
About 6'4", 6'4.5".
Oh, okay. Okay, thanks, J. Dirk. Okay.
He catching everything too. They say he didn't let no ball. They say he went on top of the kid from Wisconsin that came from Wisconsin.
Xavier
went
Lucas.
right on top of it. And great coverage. Went right on top of it and caught that ball right in the end zone. And nothing the dude could do from Wisconsin, and nothing that dude Lucas could do. He tried, he was there, but that kid just went up there and sacked him. Like a Shaquille O'Neal.
He mossed him, did he? He mossed him?
I call it a sack when you can't get around it.
6'4", 220. 220. Whipping Lucas and Brown. God, 220? Man, I mean, bro, that's an Adonis, man, Larry. You coming out of high school at 220, bro. As a freshman,
you ready?
Come on, bro.
You
already
size.
Over 200, bro. You got kids trying to get to 200. He already at 200. Yeah. That's crazy, dude. Damn, I didn't know he was that big.
That's why I say you're a specimen.
Damn.
And be honest with you, he ain't up but like 18 years old. It ain't no telling how much more he can grow, because a man grows till they 21.
Well, talk to us about the man child at defensive end, man. Hayden Lowe. What's your thoughts on him?
He gonna be. They say that boy. They say he a man child. They say he put a bull rush on one of our second string tackles. They say he put a bull rush on him, man. They say he's big, strong, and young. You know that it's already a problem with a strong old man, but you got a strong young man. There ain't no telling what you gonna get out of it.
Damn.
They say he caught strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So are you hearing anything on Moulton, on the D tackle, Moulton?
Moulton is gonna be a good piece this year. Moulton, he gonna be. I think he gonna start. I think him and Blake gonna start, and Scott gonna be coming in and filling in for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what Moulton is? Moulton a sophomore or junior? What is he? What is Moulton?
Moulton a senior.
Yeah. Oh, he's a senior. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then he played hard. He got his son probably should be just getting ready to turn a year old. So this is payday right here. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to. This is payday. So
Sean say, man, the DN is a day one starter if they want. Damn, he like that?
Yes, he is.
Paid Low and Armando Blunt are both babies. They're going to develop in the wood. Boy, that Blunt kid, man, that's what I want to see too.
That's another one they talking about in practice. Man, that boy just turned 18, and they say he's a beast.
See, that's what I'm saying.
See, he came in, he classified early.
We got players, bro. That's why we got players. We got to get it done this year, y'all. We got to get to the ACC Championship this year, Larry Frank. PC, we got to get to the ACC Championship. We got players. Come on, man. Like,
remember last time I told y'all how I cried when Penn State beat us in the 8th? Man, I've been waiting for this for so long. And, you know, I was waiting for my team. My wife I used to get so mad when the Hurricanes used to lose. I didn't even talk to my wife for a whole day. I had to pray about that thing. I had to pray about that thing. I said, Lord, that thing don't kill me. You know, I had to ask God to take that stuff out of me. That's how bad I hate for them to lose.
Yeah, I can relate.
I had to pray about that thing, man, to ask God to let me deal with it. You see how bad they've been for the last 20 years. So God, I had to say, God, you know, when are we going to get better? I just take that thing out of me. When they lose, I can't more talk to nobody. I be sick.
Wow.
I'm the same way.
And God,
I was the same way.
Me with that.
I used to be like that, man, but nah, man, I had to kind of, push it back a little bit, man, because my expectation was just too high through the roof. Like I say, I got to sit back and watch now, man. I can't drink no Kool-Aid, man. Me and Larry Frank ain't drinking the Kool-Aid this year. You on the Kool-Aid, Porsche Kane? You drinking the Kool-Aid this year?
I don't want no Kool-Aid. I don't want no lemonade. I don't want no sweet tea.
I gotta see y'all. I gotta see y'all. I got my fingers crossed and I'm hoping. I'm wishing on a prayer. I'm hoping and I'm wishing, y'all. That's it.
All things you do is hope and wish.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Ian said a good name too. That's the boy from the Gators, right? The Darius Hayes. That's the kid from that we got from the Gators that flipped, right? Ain't that's the ain't he's a linebacker or DN? Darius Hayes.
Darius Hayes played linebacker.
I think he's from Florida. I think that's the kid we got from Florida. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Ian. All right.
But the thing about it is,
Jack G, what up?
I think Darius Hayes needs to go to defensive end. He's too big to play linebacker. That boy is humongous.
What he's a sophomore this year. He's a sophomore this year, right?
A sophomore. Yeah, red shirt.
They had some heat in that class last year, man.
Man, that kid like 6'3.5", 6'4". He probably weighed like 245, almost 250.
So PC, we gonna ask you like we ask everybody else before we get you out there. We got a couple other callers to get in. I want to know this, man. Like, are we getting to the ACC Championship this year? What are your thoughts,
brother? I pray that we can, but man, I don't know where it's at. I don't know, man. They got me to the point where even last year, all thing we had to do was beat Georgia Tech. You say the Syracuse game hurt us. Man, how can you let a team beat you with a quarterback that can't throw the ball? Then they put the other quarterback out there. You know he out there to throw the ball. How do you lose a game like that? People want to put it on the Syracuse game because it was up 21-0. How do you let a team beat you when you know the quarterback's only thing he's doing is running the ball?
Fight, but preach.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I just don't know, brother. I don't know. I just don't know. like I say, I can't drink the tea. I can't drink the Kool-Aid. Just give me some water, man.
You just want the H2O, huh? You want that Bobby? You want that Bobby Boucher water? You want that Bobby Boucher? Just give you that Bobby Boucher. I got you. All right.
The high quality H2O.
I put it in, Frank.
You want that high quality H2O.
Hey, Porch Game, man, we appreciate it, man. Get us out of here on something, Porch Game, man. Get us out of here on something, dog.
Man, I love y'all, man, and I love y'all show. I'll be here next Friday. Cause I told my wife, I let my wife listen to y'all when the dudes was having a little boxing match. My wife said, "Oh, baby, I don't know how to listen to the chat." She said, "But next Friday, me and you watching you talk, baby."
Well, tell her thank you, yo, because next week it's gonna be on. It's gonna be on next week, man. So, hey, tell her to tune in, get your popcorn, man. Cause listen, hey, Porch Kane, I done had them in a chat. I just tried to text them and told all two of them to send me their information. I'll be damn, boy. They done been talking shit all week, bro. So I'm like, I had to put my phone on silent, bro. They've been talking trash all week.
It's gonna be live.
One of the dudes was Coach Hayes the other day. And he was on Coach Hayes. Coach Hayes, I got a boxing match next Friday. You need to tune in on You Talk, baby.
And you know, that's my dude. Yeah, that's my dude. You know, Coach Hayes gonna be. Coach Hayes probably in here right now. Yeah. Shout out to Coach Hayes, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Much love, man. I'm gonna have the popcorn ready. I'm gonna have some popcorn and pizza.
All right, man. Hey, and check out the other show too, brother. Check out Larry Frank, man. His new show too, man, called Real Talk, man. They go tell your wife, man, we need a lot of female callers, man, because the men they dominating the show right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm feeling sorry for the ladies.
Real Talk. Yeah, man. So tell them we need some. Tell them feel free to call in.
Right?
Yes, sir. It's this Monday. Yes, sir.
Okay, I have my wife to tune in.
Yes, sir.
I give her something else to do.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Love,
man. Peace and happiness and love for y'all, man. And
hey, love you, man. Salute.
Much love. Much love. Thank you.
Man, salute, brother. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All righty. Take care. Have a good weekend. All righty. Porch Kane, y'all. That's our guy.
Porch Kane.
Call us. State your name, man. You on with You Talk. Where you calling from? Talk to us.
Yo, this is Sean Dartis, man.
Hey, yeah, man. Sean in the building, man. Sean in the building, man.
In the building.
Yeah, Sean in the building, man. What's up, Sean? How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
You know, sir?
We got a good team this year, man. We got a good team, man. We got a about it. I think a lot of our players they get where they need to be and they lose focus.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not, and especially Bassane. Man, you come in out of high school with all that hype, you gotta back it up, man. It's been how many years?
This is gonna be you've been singers. Yeah, singing this year.
Flashes, and then all of a sudden he just falls off, and you're just like, "Oh man, come on!" Because we see the games just like everybody else sees the games. So and then all of a sudden he's out of position, he's taking bad angles, and then the next play, he's knocking somebody 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You're like, okay, where's that?
Yes,
where's that guy?
Yes,
we need that guy. We need that. We need that guy.
Consistently, yes. Yes,
every week.
And as far as the comment I made earlier, I'm from Tennessee. I was raised in Miami, Florida, in Homestead.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, if Mario parks a Miami bus at every high school in Middle Tennessee, that man would not have to worry about an offensive line, linebackers. He would literally, just like it was in the 80s when Miami shut down South Florida, he can literally cut Tennessee in half. He said, no, this is all mine. UT, go somewhere. Alabama, go somewhere. This is mine. Because low-key, like I said, I have a lot of younger cousins, and these kids, you got kids up there scoring touchdowns in Nashville and Memphis throwing up to you, and they don't even have not a scholarship.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Untapped.
Wow.
That Isaiah Horton kid from Murfreesboro, he's just one of them. That's not even like, that's just one they stumbled across. There's hundreds of those kids in Middle Tennessee. And but they don't get no looks because they figure, oh, you in Tennessee, the level playing must be lower. It's not as good. It was good enough for you to go get Isaiah Horton.
Yeah.
I have a family member right now playing for the New Orleans Saints. He did not get one look, not one scholarship from the University of Miami. And that's crazy. And he's playing for the Saints now. And he went to UT. He low-key won. He was hoping that Miami would hit him up.
Who's your coach?
So that, it's number 2 for the Saints. The cornerback from UT.
I got to look at the roster because I'm down here. I'm going to look for him. I'm going to look for him.
And that's the thing about it. And but it's like we pass up because like look where Mario went and got Upshaw. Small town in Alabama.
Yep.
We gotta pay attention to these kids because Alabamas are getting these kids. Ohio States are getting these kids. The UTs of the world, all these other programs that everybody coveted so much. They say they're the media says they're so much better than us. Those are the type of kids we're getting, and those kids are being consistent, constantly consistent. Because every time those kids leave a UT and hit the portal, you notice those big schools are always snatching them up right then and there.
Yeah,
because they know they're consistent. We need that consistency. Period. It's just what it is. I think that's the only thing that's hurting us is consistency. And we got to start letting our young receivers play.
Yeah.
We can't let them sit the sidelines and just waste away because, look, truth be told, that's kind of why Horton kind of wanted to leave.
Yeah, that's why he wanted to leave. Say it.
You go from a 5-star kid and you hype him up saying, we're going to get you in this program, but we're going to sit you. These kids don't sit no more. Those days are gone. You can't sit kids no more. Kids will internet transporter faster than make your eyes spin. You just can't do it no more.
Sean, what's the guy's name from your cousin from the Saints again? Not to cut you off, sorry about that, but Cole Breezy wanted to know what was his name again from the Saints, your cousin, number 2. What's his name?
Because I got so damn many. I'm mixing him up with my other cousin that played for Alabama, Antonio.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. I'll hit y'all up and I'll put it in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah. Cole Breezy will know because that's a diehard big time Saints fan. He down here with me.
Ian Coleman crazy. Ian say Horton looked at Emory and left.
Boy.
I'm where I live right now. Emory was not that far away in Florida. Because I'm not that far away from Pensacola.
That's where he was. He was up in North Florida, right? Yeah.
From Milton.
Right.
Yeah.
Milton, Florida.
I've seen this kid play. He is the truth. The problem is he wasn't expecting that much pressure.
Okay. So let me ask you this. What was his competition level in Florida? What was the classification? Was he like a 4A, 5A in high school? Small.
I think he was a 4. But they dipped a couple of times. They dipped a couple of times in, Central Florida. They played a couple of teams in the Tampa area a couple of times.
Okay.
But there wasn't, their competition wasn't nothing to sneeze at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you think the disconnect came in at, man? Well, they look like, I can't say he regressed, but it seemed like he did improve. we only had one game to go off of when we saw him, but damn, it was a bad showing when he did get in the game. So what do you think it is? Do you think it's scheme? What do you think it is?
I think it was a scheme because let's just be honest. A lot of coaches I got my system and you supposed to just go into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not how the game is played anymore. A lot of that's coach ego.
Mm-hmm.
This is my system. You come in my system. You play in my system. You got to adjust for the talent that's on your roster.
That's fine.
You can't sit there. If you got a pocket passer, you got a pocket passer.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make the adjustment for that.
If
you have a scramble quarterback, you got to scramble. You got that dual option.
Right.
What happened when you took that pocket passer, Emory, and then all of a sudden you told him, okay, you may have to scramble a little bit. Look what happened. Boom. Injured. Out.
Mm-hmm.
You made him do something he wasn't used to. How much talent did we have on that sidelines? And you got a pocket passer, and you're going to tell the quarterback, okay, yeah, go run. Go scramble. No. They going to look at you like, you trying to get me killed. Now, granted, he tried to toughen out. He's a tough kid.
Mm-hmm.
He took his lumps. But the thing about it is, if I got all this talent on the sidelines, why you got me scrambling? Why you got me running when I can throw the ball? A simple flag pattern, hitch pattern, just simple route tree stuff that could have, dink and dunk, get his confidence up.
Mm-hmm.
All the way down the field. Then when he gets comfortable and reads those defenses, then he can make those calculated decisions saying, oh, that safety's coming up. Oh, I got him. He's going to leave somebody wide open. That's when quarterbacks figure that stuff out. Not when they got like, oh, you got to go run and scramble for your life like a chicken with its head cut off. You can't think then. You're not thinking. You're just thinking about, hey, let me just not get a loss of downs at that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's very rarely you get those quarterbacks that can think on the fly and run and then throw. That's I think Steve Young was like that. Maybe Randall Cunningham, those types. But look where they at though. They're those NFL players.
Mm-hmm.
You're asking a kid straight out of high school. Now you go do that.
Right.
No. He ain't never seen these type of things.
Right.
A lot of these offensive coordinators don't understand. What you showed from last week, that defensive coordinator on the team next week is basically game planning for him.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to throw stuff at him he ain't never seen before. Each week.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're asking him to say, okay, you figure it out. Now, why? Oh, wait, it didn't work. Your passes are getting batted down. Oh, you're throwing short. Well, are you working with this kid about that? Because let's be honest, Cam saved us. Ooh, Lord, he saved us so many times. Look how much trouble he was in. Now, this is a guy who's been worked his way up, battled his way up to QB1 on multiple teams.
Mm-hmm.
And when he gets here, he's got to do trick passes to keep from getting sacked. Mm-hmm. A lot of that's coordinated. Your players can only execute what you draw up. And after that first, second read, you're looking suspect out there because you only got less than 4 seconds to figure out the coverage. Most of your coverage is figured out before you even hike the ball.
That's right. That's right.
Not when you drop back. Not when you drop back. You only got 4 seconds after that. So you're going to tell me you're going to expect a high school kid to do that?
Right.
Nah.
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to get you out of here on this one right here. Corey Heatherman. Give me your thoughts.
Truth be told, don't know too much at this time to give an answer.
Let me ask you this then. From what we saw last year on defense, which wasn't a lot, do you think that this year's defense will definitely be better than what we witnessed last year?
Yes. without question. What we got at DN, just at DN alone, is scary. And then you got Scott, you got Bain, you got all these young kids that are hungry. You still, and people keep forgetting that one name I ain't heard yet from you guys, Lightfoot. You got all these kids hungry, and they didn't leave. That's the thing about it. They could have transferred out on this. This is crazy. I'm going to another team that's going to utilize me and go. They could have did that. What's that kid? What's that kid that was from California? The Cyrus kid.
Cyrus Moss.
Who's now? Yeah. Now look what he's at, Portland State. Wishing he could sniff a power program. These guys stayed. Now, when these guys stay, you got to show these kids, hey, it's time to eat. Mario needs to just let the dogs loose on them. You come to play Miami, all that stuff y'all were talking about us, y'all look, y'all crumbled. Mario should just be like, look at the sideline saying, get him. No, don't look at me. I don't care. Bump if their quarterback gets hurt. That's what. So what? He has the ball. Hit him. Don't wait. They got another quarterback to back him up, and if they don't, knock him out too. We got to have that mentality. Like anytime you step in Miami Gardens, anytime you see that smoke, we come through that tunnel, you better be scared. Your quarterback better already had a bead of sweat coming down his face.
That's how it used to be.
That mentality. We need that mentality of the Warren staff of the back. We need that mentality back. It's just what it is. People got to fear us again, and they don't fear us. We're a joke. We're a meme. Ha 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 ha. We're a meme until all of a sudden your quarterback's laying flat on his back, and you got 5 of us piled up on top of him. We need that fear back in our program. And right now, people are not fearing us. We're not letting the dogs loose. I see guys pulling hits so many times last year. It was ridiculous. I was like, what are you doing? He's not going to lay on the ground for you. You're going to have to hit him. And that's a lot of that was, I don't know whether they were holding the reins because of penalties. They may be scared of a penalty. Hey, bump that, man. You got, okay, they gave a penalty to one dude. We got about 3 other guys behind you. Don't worry, we got you. I'll get him next time, dog. Pat him on the shoulder pad and say, don't worry, I'm going in the game. I'll get him. Next man up. We got too many guys fearing about their long-term career when they should be worried about now. You can't worry about what's going to happen 3 games later, next year, or my draft stock. The NFL's watching that. They want to see if you're a dog. They want to see if you're going to play. I mean, case in general, who's that defensive tackle, that Taylor, that we marveled on, said, oh, he was going to be so good. And then he, what did he do? Let off the gas. So I'm going to save for my draft stock. And guess what? He didn't have no draft stock. He didn't get drafted. Bye.
Little Taylor.
That's what happened. Yeah. This is what happens. You got to play. They want to see a guy's going to play all 4 downs. That's what they're expecting. Mario's got to come in here and say, look, if you ain't expecting to play all 4 downs, look, man, hey, here's a bus ticket. I don't know whether you want to transfer. You want out of here? I ain't got time for part-time. No, we don't play the second down. We play all the way through. And that's the problem. We get too many kids in here that are so hyped up, but when they get here, they settle. We're here now. I'm good. Now I'm just going to hold on until the NFL come calling. NFL ain't going to call you if you holding up. They see you taking off plays here, there. They want a guy. What's that kid from Michigan that got drafted? That white boy, that defensive tackle. They said he had a motor constantly. Every play, he was on that quarterback. That's what the NFL looks for. Because you got to realize you got Jackson in Baltimore. You got that kid at Philadelphia. You got all these guys. You got Mahomes to play against. These quarterbacks ain't going to let you take a play off. You got to be on. So if you want to make your name here at the U, you want to be one of the greats, You're going to have to play every down. And that's what these kids don't understand. Oh, I love the U. I love the U. But do you know what it takes to be here at the U?
Great point.
I mean, look at The Rock. The Rock never Warren Sapp came in and took that job.
Mm-hmm.
Took that job from him. But they said, well, the thing about it is, they said one thing about The Rock was in that workout room, in that weight room, you weren't going to outdo. You ain't going to outwork them. You may get him on the field, you may outplay him on the field, but you will never outwork him in that weight room. Coaches look at that. Coaches look at that. And back stories about the U. I mean, you take one playoff, see what happens. Fights broke out. Fights break out. They're like, nah. They'll go to coaches and be like, they'll need to get Cuz up out of here, man. We ain't playing that. Nah, he get somebody hurt. Because, I mean, back then, it was a more physical game back then. There wasn't no just worry about the penalty stuff. And now you got kids that sit here and they'll be like, oh, I can take a play off here. Man, come on with that, man. Be for real. Be for real. You can't do that. It's a mentality. We need the U mentality back at the U. We just can't say it. We can't be wearing chains and showing swag. We got to show. We have to have the mentality.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, you need the team be watching the news and they see us come off the damn plane wearing the Army fatigues. We need that U back.
Melvin Brad. Hey man, we appreciate the call. We appreciate the call, Mr. Daughters, man. Hey, get us out of here on something, man. Talk to us. What's your closing thought?
Hey man. Hey, I'm telling you right now, JoJo is gonna be a monster.
Okay.
He's going to be a monster. And don't sleep on Nye Card neither.
Okay. He's from South Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah, don't sleep on him. I mean, because the workouts and stuff like that, and what he showed in that little bowl game, he showed like, hey, I'm supposed to be here. He really just put the U on notice like, hey, I was here the whole time. You could have been throwing the ball to me. But I'll let this ride until next year. I guarantee you he'd be expecting that ball this year.
Right.
Well, he's going to get an opportunity.
Oh, yeah, because that stiff arm he gave dude to get into that end zone, he showed, hey, I'm not going to just go down. You don't know who I am. Let me show you. Y'all been worried about Restrepo. You need to be worried about me. You better be glad Restrepo's in the game. JoJo and Malachi Tone, those kids are going to be monsters. They're going to probably make up another Miami Hurricane rule saying you can't have these players no more. You know how they love to make up new rules, and every time the rule book, you see the rule book, you see the penalty, or they come up with where the highlights, my Miami Hurricane uniform right there front and center. That's what's going to be with those boys, because they're going to feel it's going to be unfair because these boys are too talented.
There it is. All right, Mr. Daughters, man.
Malachi Tony could be a low-key quarterback if you want. He's shown that in high school.
Well, we're gonna watch the scene. We're gonna watch the scene. We're gonna love it. Okay.
Y'all take it easy, bro.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Daughters, all right, man. Don't be no stranger, man. Holla at us now.
Up. Be back.
Always.
All righty, brother, man. You take care, man. Have a good weekend.
You too.
All righty, Mr. Daughters, y'all. He was in the building. Okay, we're gonna take one more. We got one more coming in. It's hot.
Boy, the lines
are hot. It's Coach Hayes. What Coach Hayes says? Hot. It's hot. Call us. State your name and where you calling from.
What up, man? This TP calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
For sure, man. TP up in the A with me, man. Shout out to TP. For sure. Shout out to TP, man. Damn right. TP, what's up, brother, man? Talk to us, man. How you doing tonight?
What up, man? I'm good, man. I just listening in on the callers and stuff. I kind of wanted to speak my piece about some things. I usually like people would call me pessimistic about the team and stuff like that, but man, I honestly think we're gonna have a real good year. You know, I think we're gonna you know, everybody know with Cam, you know, how we did last year, and it was on the back of Cam Ward or whatever. But I think we still get the 10 wins this year. We just gonna look like a different team getting there. But
okay.
You know, just like the issue, if anything, is gonna be the quarterback to receiver relationship. Because of course, you know, we pretty much got a whole new crew of wide receivers and a new quarterback. I think we're gonna run the ball way more. We're gonna be more 50-50. If not 60-40, you know Mario love to run.
We know that.
You know, don't let that Cam Ward thing, you know.
Fight.
You know how he was with the Cam.
Right. And see, that's a TP, that's a good one because we talked about this too. You know, we didn't want to don't overthink with Dawson, man. We seen what happened before Cam Ward got here, how they was just running the same plays down, you know what I'm saying? Bite to bite to bite. So we know they like to run the ball. Will we be a balanced offense still with Cam being gone, with Carson Beck coming in? Like, that's going to be the question. Larry Frank said we can still get 30. Would you say, Larry Frank, about 30 we can get?
I'll say about between 30 35 because I think you'll have a healthy dose, a healthy balance because you'll get enough on the ground because we saw when they did run the ball last year, especially towards the end of the season, they was chunking up yards. Right. So I think you'll get enough yardage on the ground to complement what you get in the air. And I think with a defense that'll get more stops, 3 and outs, force turnovers, we should go 30, 35.
Now, TP, what's your thoughts on that? You think that we can get 30 with Beck at our quarterback? You think we can get 30 a game with Beck?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think we're gonna look like a typical Big Ten team. Meaning, I could see us looking like Michigan when they won a couple years ago.
Okay,
that's a good comparison.
We're gonna be balanced, run the ball. Because even when Cam Ward was, you know, we know what that was with Cam. We were trying to, you know, increase his draft stock. It was working, so why not milk it? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and it looked good for the next quarterback that we get, Carson Beck, or whoever else, other recruits and stuff. So it made sense. But when we ran the ball, we were effective. So we could have continually ran the ball last year. We just chose not to because the offense, you know, the offense was doing what it was doing. And we would have ran the ball against Georgia Tech, we probably would have won. But
Thank you.
But I think, honestly, like, obviously our defense was trash last year. But listening to Heatherman and listening to a lot of the players in the press conferences, I really think that it's gonna be simple. We're not doing that with the D line and stuff like that Gilger was doing. I think he's just gonna have him go at the quarterback.
Yes,
literally. We're gonna run.
Yes,
we're gonna rush the quarterback. We might do some stunts, but that's about it. And the other thing a lot of people not thinking about is the players that we got on D line for what that was last year or 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. Like, we got them. It's their time now. Like your Mondo Blunt was last year. I know they was talking about him, but we got two or three 5-star defensive linemen. You know, not to mention Ruben Bain obviously coming back, and he looked bigger than he was or whatever. So I think with getting back to just rushing the quarterback, of course, with the like Larry Frank said, all the DBs and the safeties and all that stuff we got, I think we're gonna be good on the back end. I think they're gonna be coached up. They're gonna be good. I think passing the ball, you ain't gonna get too much of that from us. So now when you're thinking about that short up with that D line rushing the quarterback, I think our defense is gonna be 2017, like somebody mentioned. I think we're gonna be that good on defense. You know what I'm saying? I like Popo at linebacker. He fast. He showed flashes last year that I think he's gonna be good. And I think our defense is gonna be good and our offense is gonna be balanced. And I think that's gonna be good enough. It's just gonna really boil down to Carson Beck and those receivers. You know what I'm saying? So not Carr. I'm in Atlanta, but I'm from Albany, Georgia.
Okay.
Not Carr from Moultrie. So I kind of know about him. You know, we flipped them from Georgia. People don't remember or whatever. But I think we gonna. It really just gonna boil down to the receiver play and the quarterback relationship. Running game gonna be what it is.
So listening to you, my next question was gonna be out of all the position groups, man, which group was gonna be the upgrade? So it sounded like that you leaning more toward the defensive backs.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just because we infused the talent into the team in that position because we were so trash at it last year.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the natural, you know what I'm saying, upgrade
I agree.
or whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. What you got for him, Frank?
No, nothing. I mean, I like what he's bringing. I agree with what he's saying with the offense. I do think that we're going to have a more balanced offense. And I just want to point to his credit with the offense that with Beck, he's right. You're not going to have a stellar passing game, but the passing game is going to be complementary enough to the run to be balanced on offense, and with good defense complement and all of that, that gives us more of an opportunity to win. One other thing I'm gonna say as well, you got to think about this. Beck ain't got. I said it earlier. Beck is not going to see those SEC defenses, and keep in mind those receivers he had at Georgia that was dropping passes last year. Hey, if the trend continues from what we're hearing right now, these boys that he's going to have now ain't dropping passes. All he got to do is get the ball in their region. They're going to pull it down, and, hey, we're going to move the chain. So, yeah, I like what he said about the compliments on offense with the passing game and the running game.
I'm going to go back to Jamal Davis. Jamal Davis asked the question, man. Shout out to my dog, Jamal Davis, man. So do y'all think they will just dominate against teammates, or will it show up in the game? Domination.
I think the reason why I mentioned Michigan is because that year Michigan was a good team, but ain't nobody think they was gonna win a damn national championship.
Right.
But they just end up being good enough to win it. I could see. I ain't saying we're gonna win a national championship, but I think we're gonna be good like we were last year. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna look more balanced.
Different. Yeah,
so that's kind of what I'm saying. I don't think we're gonna have any wild deficiencies, and I don't think we're gonna have any like extremely dominant areas of our game as a team outside of I think our best calling card is gonna be our defense this year.
Expectations: 10 wins or ACC championship.
Well, we do got a tougher schedule this year than we did.
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Notre Dame lost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should beat Notre Dame, but it ain't no guarantee. But I think that's a big game. I think of winning that first big game at Notre Dame with the moving pieces that we got. I think that'll be big for the program, and I think we'll win 10. I think we'll win 10, and just depending on how the cookie crumble, who we lose to, whether we get to the ACC championship or not, I think it's gonna boil down to that because we gotta go at SMU. We go at Florida State. I don't think they'll be good, but they gotta be better than they was last year too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so that at Florida State obviously is a thing. At SMU, at Notre Dame, and man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm still scoring from we played at Pittsburgh the last game of the year. So I'm still, that's a scary game, man. You know how that went.
Jeff Thomas is still wide open. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think we get possibly. I think we got a good chance to get to the ACC championship.
Okay. Well, I like it, man. I like everything I heard, man. TP, man, get us out of here on sub, man. We appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be interesting to see. And the other thing I meant to mention is, of course, assuming that everybody healthy, because man, if Carson Beck go down, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What's the quarterback that they got out of high school? Luke Nickel. I think they beat Lee County, which is a powerhouse down in South Georgia or whatever. So I think Luke Nickel the real deal. But of course he's not ready yet. Yeah, I heard old dude talking about Emory or whatever the case is, but man, listen, I wish he was, I wish him the best, but I went to the Clemson game when he started at Clemson and they won, and they did nothing but throw strings.
That's it. I was there too.
The Florida State game, you know what I'm saying? He showed heart, and everybody loved him for that. but I don't think the coaching staff got confidence in him. For whatever reason, we don't know. Like, he may have been good in high school, but I don't think the coaching staff got confidence in him. So if the coaching staff ain't got confidence in him, and they're not throwing the ball downfield at all when he plays, and what was confusing to me is in the bowl game, I didn't know if Emory was expected to play or not. Come to find out, he was. And the reason why I wanted to know was he expected to play, because he looked like he wasn't expected to play. It looked like he thought that he wasn't going to play, and he got in there and looked at, and guess what they started doing? Throwing screens to the flat. So it's like they don't have confidence in Emory. If I'm Emory, you might as well. Luke Nickel definitely better than Emory. And then you got that boy Darian Coleman coming next year. So yeah, I just don't see it with Emory. So hopefully Carson Beck stays healthy. If he don't, I'll bet off.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question because King Kyle just put something up, and I'm curious to know this as well. Does Beck pass over 3,500 yards?
Not in Mario offense, he ain't.
I don't think so neither, bro. I don't think so neither. Not even close, bro.
I think he might.
Well, I take it back. I take it back, Larry. So I'll say this: they gave the boy $4 million allegedly, and what I hate about college is it's turning into NFL. It's politics. So when you give a quarterback that much money, you want to get your money's worth out of him, and you're going to have a vested interest in increasing his draft stock for him to get drafted. So I can see that because of the political aspect of college football now. If you took that away from it, it wouldn't happen. But because of that, you gotta consider that he could.
Look at it like this.
He got a whole bunch of different receivers.
Look at it like
this. You just can't plug and play like that, but we gonna see.
Real quick. Look at it like this. Miami is going to play 12 regular season games, and whether they go to the playoffs or not, they should win at least 6 to be bowl eligible. So that's going to give them 13 games. Do the math. If he can get 300 in 10 of those games, which I think he can, because look at who we're playing. I'm talking about ACC now. ACC defenses. ACC. Notre Dame, I don't know. Florida, I don't know. You got that FCS game in the middle at the beginning of the season. You got South Florida on the back end of the non-conference. And then you go into the ACC. SMU don't have a defense. Florida State don't have a defense. Syracuse don't have a defense. We got them and all of that. Pittsburgh don't really have a defense. So if he can get up to or near 300 yards and at least 10 of those 13 or 10 of those 12 regular season games, and then you're looking at whatever his draft stock is looking at, he's probably going to want to get some more in the bowl game. I mean, heck, close to 300 yards in 10 of those games, that's 3,000 right there.
So it sounds good, but with new wide receivers, young wide receivers,
but he's got better,
and he's not Cam. We seen Cam have to improvise, scramble, and do a whole lot of stuff. Is he Cam?
No, he's not Cam. But keep this in mind: he's got the potential to have better wide receivers. He had 3,400 last year with wide receivers that was dropping shit. So he's got the potential to have better wide receivers than what he had at Georgia.
Potential
tight end. But that's why I say I'm not saying he definitely will, but I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if he don't.
Cam had 3 wide receivers that caught I think 400. What it was? How many wide receivers that we had over 500 yards? Was it 3 wide receivers? How many wide receivers that we got coming back that caught 500 yards this year?
That's true. That's true. But hey, everybody's raving about the wide receivers. So guess what? If they raving about them,
but we ain't seen them on a full-time role yet.
Well,
we only can go off of.
Well, I got news for you.
That's we got to go.
Let me tell you something. I got news for you then. If Beck comes in here getting $4 million and they don't throw for 3,500 yards, then whoever's making the deals for the quarterback, you need to fire his ass because you're wasting money.
There it is. That part right there. There you go. I agree with that wholeheartedly. TP, man, we appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you, brother, man. And don't be no stranger, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all.
Always, right, bro, man. You be safe. Have a great weekend, brother.
Yeah, you too.
All right, later. TP, y'all, man.
It's Utah,
Albany,
baby.
man. Albany, Georgia, man. Larry Frank Jr., man. We're going to have to wrap this up, man, because I ain't Pike yet. And I'm getting out of here in the morning, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no groceries yet, as Mr. Magic always talking to me. Larry Frank, I got to eat, Larry Frank. So get us out of here, brother, man. Talk to us, man. Tell them about real talk, too, man. You got to tell them about real talk.
Yeah, well, I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and concise, man. Listen, first things first, man, Monday night, please, if you ain't got nothing going on, tune in to Real Talk. Myself, my wonderful co-host, lovely Miss Shy Blue, little sis going to be on with me. And the topic we're going to be talking about, as I told Mr. Magic earlier, I'm going to reiterate it. We're talking about, do strong women push good men away? I'm going to repeat that. Do strong women push good men away? I know some of y'all out there watching. Y'all know some people in them types of situations. Y'all ain't got to call and comment, but goddamn it, y'all know damn well y'all can relate in certain ways. So be on there for that. It's going to be just nothing but fun and great energy, great conversation like we always do. We're going to have the links up where if you want to be a part of it, we don't have the phone lines like over here, but if you want to be a part of it, we have the link where you can join in, be it on camera, off camera. So fellas, if you're watching, invite your ladies to come on here too, because the ladies, they've been getting beat down. The ladies need some help. So that's Monday night.
Yeah.
Obviously a week from tonight, we're going to have the fade, the battle royal going down. Hey, listen, before WrestleMania go down in a couple of weeks, we're going to have the preview to WrestleMania next week. We're going to have Chris Kane versus will.i.am, Miami versus Florida State. And apparently it's been being advertised on Coach Hayes' show. I was a shock to me when I heard the caller say that earlier. So we're going to have that going down. And, that's what we got going on here at Utah. But look, I just want to say, again, as always, man, we appreciate you, tuning in, spending your Friday night with us. We know y'all could be anywhere, doing anything, watching anything. But those that are here, y'all here rocking and watching with us, man. Shouts out to the callers. I think we had some new callers tonight. Thank you for, being a part of the show. Don't be a stranger. Call back. Shouts out to the chat, everybody in the chat, the day ones and the new ones. We shout y'all out as well. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe. Keep God first. And if the Lord says the same, hey, Monday night, be here. Or next Friday, be here. We'll see you.
Most definitely, man. I have nothing much to say after that, man, except, man, have a great weekend, man. That's my boy, man, Larry Frank Jr. Listen here, man. Also, to you guys, we had some sad news, man. I want to report all of the Utah family, man. If you guys, man, get a chance, man, please call and check up on our brother, man, Kane's Raw. He was slaughtered, man, this past Tuesday, man, on Mad Man by yours truly, D. This guy right here. Larry Frank, I was mad on my business, Larry Frank. Larry Frank, I ain't no bully of nothing, Larry Frank, man, but I was home chilling. He was making all these terroristic threats online, man, talking about he was going to drill me in Mad Man. So, Larry Frank, I took him up on his offer and I had to beat his ass, Larry Frank. So, y'all check up on our brother, Kane's Raw, man. So, and that's for anybody, man. If you want the fade, we ain't running from no fades over here on Mad Man. Anybody can get it. It's Rico Skill Tester is the screen name. And I'm taking my PlayStation with me, man, this week to doggone St. Augustine. So if you want it, you can get it. Kane's Raw, man. Yeah, I'm talking to you. If you want some more, you can get it. I beat him 2 straight games, Larry Frank. That's for you, because I don't like the way he did my boy. And that's why I did it to him, Larry Frank.
Yeah.
Anybody else that want it, then get it.
And why would you beat the hell out of him? Why would you beat the hell out of him? He won't reference what he did to me. Like, what I got to do with that? That was like last year, man. Like, don't get mad at me, because I thought it was funny. The shit was funny. Ran your mouth and got your ass beat.
So I gave it to him too, boy. I gave it to him, boy. Hey, man, he went to talking to me, man. Called him a phone, man. Talking about I cheated. Hey, man, listen, man. No, I ain't do nothing. I gave him everything he asked for, Larry Frank, man. Like I said, if you want some more, you can come back and get it again. But listen, you guys have a great weekend. Like Larry Frank say, Real Talk Monday night at 8 p.m. And then we're going to come back next week with another fade, man. The Chris Kane and Will Still I Am, man. Get ready. You're going to see the promotions flying. Everything You Talk Sports Show on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We love y'all guys, man. Thank you for your support like always, man. Everybody, man. Everybody stay safe. Have a great weekend. But y'all know how we start every show, and y'all know how we end every show. It ain't no us without you, baby. And we are out. Man, Chris, listen, Frank. I'm gonna tell him again. Don't you ever do my boy Larry Frank like that, because you can get it again, Canes Raw. And we out. It's you talk.
It's you talk, baby.
He was whining too, Frank, when I dove on him. At least I beat Larry Frank, but you ain't beat me. That's for Larry Frank. That's what I told him, Frank.
Hey, guess
That's
what?
For my boy.
Guess what? Hey, you can tell him, I beat you too. I beat you in spirit. You did the beating for me.
That's right. Y'all take care, man. We love y'all, man.
Veteran in this game, bringing pain to all these amateurs. Been winning for too long, so they had to change the parameters. Any competition, we sweeping them up like janitors. We using the air without the need for nasal cannulas. Looking to the stands, I'll be laying for the cameras. Big wins every single week, that's stamina.